of the surfaces and prepare them for polishing. And I think I will throw this into the tumbler. I'm throwing everything into the tumbler lately, but the tumbler is a great guy. Yeah, I remember the 95. Yes, and I think this has like a lot of elevated parts and a lot of little creaks. So I think it will just give me a nice, like in between here. I don't know if the tumbler can get into here, but by the way, I don't know, maybe it's not that useful to put it into the tumbler. Maybe I just should do it by hand. I don't know. But yes, I think it will be very good. There we go. I will also go inside of here with my file. So you can kind of see here's a little bit of solder on the surface. I will just take my rectangular file and go in there and just clean that up. Clean everything up. A lot of it will be dyed black with the liver of sulfur solution, which turns silver black. I don't know if you knew it. Magnetic pin or barrel? I have a barrel one. Sorry, I did not see your question. It's also fairly new, by the way. I don't have it for as long, so I'm still kind of exploring what the possibilities are. Are we getting in some quotes that I do not know again? Just clean it up. Great for chains. You like to have a pin version? Yes. I do think that I am probably not using my tumbler to its full potential. I also think that is something that will probably come with time. I do have a tumbler with 2 barrels. I'm sorry, I'm sharing a little bit too much of myself for my taste. There we go, almost there. A little bit more. Okay, I think this is good. I will go over the sides now with a buff file, buff stick, sandpaper. Stumbling. I see. I do think we will also be doing some hand polishing today. So maybe, you know, maybe I will skip the tumbler. Thank you for lurking. There we go. Oh, didn't I do this side yet? Great Wolf, hello, hello, and thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Well, I mean, you were here before, but you're still welcome. There we go. So I think this is good. Let me just pull it into a little bit of water to brush that dust off. And yes, I still need to go over the back side too. I think this will look amazing. I think I'm excited about this one. I hope it turns out as I am picturing it. It definitely hangs good. So that is good. So next step is very interesting. Oh. Oh no, everything is fine. I was like, did I forget to make a part? No, I didn't. Thank you. So it will get this. So the next step would be cutting all of the pins to size and basically assembling everything. And I think the first pin that I need to do this with is this one here, this one. And it is the one that will be riveted into this part here. So what I need to do is I need not only mark where I need to cut it, I also need to make sure that I do not want to do anything more on top of this one before I rivet. I do have like this small here for a stone. I can set that one a little bit later. Let me see, I would like to make it a nice matte surface. Yes, that was. Flame blowing away your pieces of solder. Yeah, usually the flux helps a lot with that. Sometimes it also makes sure that the pieces actually do not stay in place because it bubbles. Usually you kind of start with a small flame and then move up. The solder flies away, you've given up? No, Don't give up. I mean, there are different ways how to do this. For example, if your solder is flying away, you could also like put flux on it, make it like, you know, do all the bubbling thing, and then it gets very tacky, and then you can also heat up your like piece of solder. Just do it with a small flame. Never, never give up, never surrender. Never don't give up. Um, Now I forgot what I was telling. Yeah, just start with a very small flame, and then you can like if you have a flux on your soldering pick, you know, you can hold it onto your piece of solder and kind of work with that. 0.5 millimeter flame, yes. With flux or solder paste to cook. The problem is that never solved not having enough hands. Oh yes, that is definitely a thing. I can confirm that you never have enough hands. You can also do a thing where you put flux on something and then you put your piece of solder on there while it is still wet, and then you can let it dry and it will stick the solder pretty well so that you can start heating it up. And then you can use your solder pick to make sure your solder stays in the position that you wanted it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Should have just disassembled it. Oh well, it's fine. Have you tried glasswork with your torch? No, no, I haven't. I'm pretty sure it would work for glasswork, for at least the simple things. But it's not something that I have done. Just temperature-wise, I think it's the same temperature, same thing. Okay, let's do the thing. I think it's a little bit too big, probably, but it's probably okay-ish. So there is a little trick with this, because when I rivet this, I run into the possibility of riveting it shut in the way that it does not move at all anymore. And what I learned, what you can do against that is you can put in a piece of paper. And the piece of paper is slim enough that it doesn't make everything shaky, but it is thick enough that it prevents everything that's long in the future. Bunch of adjustable clamps. Wanted to inherit it when... Aww. That's a shame. Yeah, I think the opticians, the people who make glasses, I think they have a little bit of cut over in working with soldering with the goldsmiths too, at least from what I've heard. Not sure. Not sure. I've not had that close of a look into the profession. They probably have also. This isn't working. I cut over with what is it called? Lapidaries. Hydrogen flame. Yeah, that flame is a little bit more powerful, or a lot more powerful, and it has a very, very thin flame. I think you can solder platinum with it. Or weld platinum, I'm not sure. Can be hard to control. I think their flame is, though, very, very small. Like the flame tip. At least from the ones that I've seen. Where is that very small, very fancy hammer? There it is. Let me try this with a hammer first. Yeah, this is not going great. I think I need to shorten it a little bit. Or a lot, not only a little bit. Let me go in a little bit with my setting hammer. Oh, I'm sorry for tilting the microphone. There we go. Okay, it still moves. It is a little bit tight. It is a little bit tight, but it does move. So I think if I move it around a little bit more, it will lighten up and be just perfect. Will blow a hole in steel sheet. Yeah, that's true. There's a pot of gas, has to go through some coloring stuff so you can see the flame. Otherwise it would not be visible. Oh, isn't the pot for blowback protection? There, that's the spot where it's a little bit tight. Oh, it will be fine. So this goes in here. There we go. Oh. Oh, look what I didn't think of. I need to file off that. Ah, damn it. Yeah, there was something. How do I get this one off though? I should have thought of this beforehand, but I didn't. Oh no, I don't have to do that. No, everything is fine. Oh god, thank goodness that I didn't do anything. My rod will be smaller and it will not be blocking it anymore. So that's fine. That's why I have so much distance in between. It will be fine. Oh, almost did a whoopsie there. Finally home, soaked from the rain. Did you at least dance a little bit while it was raining? So there we go. This will go like that. And then there will be a stopper on one of these. So riveting this will be a challenge. But I'm sure it will work out. And then we will have, you know, this thing basically moving up and down. Okay. Looks like everything will work. This one can be a little bit dicey. I do think that I need to polish everything before I continue. You got there earlier, Bus. Very good, very good. I would dance about that too. Okay. Well, you will have to translate that one yourself because I will not be able to do that. It's produced by the combustion of hydrogen and oxygen. The flame is colorless and therefore invisible. However, as substances such as potassium hydroxide can be used in the production of oxyhydrogen electrolyte to make the water conductive, parts of the potassium hydroxide can be entrained with the oxyhydrogen and slightly purple purple flame is produced. I'm following all the 95 too. has a temperature of approximately 3000 degrees Celsius. People did. Very good, very good. Okay. So this one is almost done. I have so icky fingers. Um, yeah, you can work with a platinum with a hydrogen flame. You can melt it with a hydrogen flame. That's one of the special tools you need to work with platinum. You can actually solder platinum to other metals with, I think, like silver solder or gold solder even. But the problem is that the connection isn't very stable and it is a breaking point. So for example, if you have a ring that is made like half platinum, half silver, and it is soldered in the middle and it falls down, the chances are very high of the band breaking apart. It all depends on how it was worked. So not every ring will do that. Some connections hold better than others. And goldsmiths who work with the materials a lot know a lot more about it than I do. I have only like very surface knowledge about this. That pair was a little bit too late, yes. For fun inspiration, you like to study a lot of the old German gunsmiths from the 1700s. Well, we have a community member who specializes on historical reproduction, basically, and also historical methods. And I was talking about this earlier, that I do have this book here that I read, well, not completely, but a lot of it. So this is a transcription of a manuscript from the Middle Ages, from a person who basically studied how goldsmiths at that time work. And there is a lot of interesting stuff here. For example, that if you, for inspiration, they say that if you have to cut a gemstone, you have to basically bathe it in the blood of a goat, which I do not support, but it is interesting. Yes, Snorri does some really good work. That's true. And he knows also a lot about the historical methods and how they were done. I do have to say that, like, for my inspiration, I am very, how should I say it? I am a very visual person. So a lot of times my inspiration comes from what I see. So a lot of times, like, art will be inspiring, different shapes. Music just makes me want to work. Some music just makes me want to create, which is a little bit like such music is a little bit rare, but you know. So I would say it comes from there. I do jump down some rabbit holes though from time to time about things, just to learn how they are and how they are made. Yeah, you do have some lag, basic salad sandwich. No, I also do not use the pea of